So, we've just broken all-time high on Bitcoin, and if history repeats, we're probably going to have the bigger gains ahead of us. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through what I'm seeing so you get an idea and what you can learn from us in time in the market, getting the right market momentum, and hopefully, fingers crossed, securing some profit so you don't miss anything on this little run we're going to go for. So if you've seen me before, you've probably seen the Market Mobster channel, okay? This is my other channel. This is my company. I will go for that in a minute. But Bitcoin is all-time high. This is usually not to kind of get everyone really excited, is when the mayhem happens. We're going to look at dominance and why it's important, but past cycles have highlighted, and you can look through this. You know, if you go on the 3-day time frame or the weekly time frame, looking at Bitcoin, for example, when you look at when we do a break of an all-time high, for example, like here, for example, this one was the halving one, so it's a bit wishy-washy. It wasn't a full clear break. We did pull back. But once we did break it fully for the first time, it ran. You could argue again, back in 2020 when we broke the prior all-time high here for the first time, which took a while. Once we did it, we took off, right? Normally the gains are where, you know, the corner comes around, so to speak, when people get opium, FOMO kicks in, and it gets somewhat interesting. But everyone wants to know the obvious. Where is it coming from? Why is it doing it? And what's happening? I talk a lot about dominance, and feel free to check out our membership platform. I will talk about this in more detail there because that is where we're going to have courses for this specifically. But 30-day free trial, you can get courses, you can get lessons. There's going to be over 250 plus lessons going into there. It's going to be the Netflix of crypto, along with a Discord, along with an indicator. Now, the indicator that you see on the top of my screen, this one, which you won't see at the minute, you will on another chart, will highlight momentum, which is key. With this, you can't do TA on it because it's dominance charts, right? But if we go towards those yellow circles, that would indicate we are having a bit of a run in terms of liquidity coming into the market. That is important. However, you need to watch this closely, as well as a total 3/BTC, for example, for that to go up, for rotation to happen, right? And what we're going to probably see with dominance of Bitcoin may be coming down because money's getting rotated around. The fundamentals are clear. It's all about FOMO. But what we're seeing as well in the macro side of it, which is the traditional market side too, we're seeing a long-term picture that Bitcoin is leading, as well as the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, whatever. And that's creating a bit of an issue where people are getting attached to their Bitcoin, but ultimately there is opportunity. And when we see psychological elements, is people get, you know, the version of their altcoin going up in USD prices, thinking it's going to be amazing. And what people like more than anything is conviction in their purchases that, oh, it's green, it's going amazing, I'm doing the right thing. They will buy more, buy, which is a problem. So traditional markets, as I've alluded to it, could argue risk on. What a recovery from the tariff bollocks, by the way, just saying. So absolutely mental. And we often talk about this in our live streams. Every Friday we have a live stream in the morning. We also have live streams on Monday night as well. This becomes front and center because this is how the market reacts. We talk about it a lot. Rate cuts are expected. Liquidity is returning. The unsettled nature of the tariffs are settling, as you can imagine. So yeah, risk on, not just in crypto, but elsewhere, because we're starting to see a shift in the dynamic. For example, gold has done a massive run, but it's slowed down recently. You could argue other situations around, say, the Russell has recovered somewhat and going back into these regions, which is important. It's obviously rejected it, but look at that recovery. Look at that over the 3-day time frame. Look at that as a chart. Unbelievable. Could well be retesting levels of support, and it could be going back up. Good for altcoins if that happens, by the way. If you've not yet done so, please do like this video. If it does tickle your fancy and you're going to get some good experience, it will be just me running the show, so to speak, with experience-led videos. Hopefully help you. However, let's talk about the obvious in the room. FOMO. The FOMO phase hasn't started yet, but it probably will be around the corner if Bitcoin continues to just trickle up. If we see $120,000 on the Bitcoin ticker, so to speak, you're probably going to find a lot of people talk about it more, news outlets as well. 2017, 2021 showcase that, and retail will probably still be hesitant, but eventually they'll be like, ooh, on it again, this. Ooh, a bit of FOMO. You'll probably see stable currency inflows happen, which will be that dominance will be dropping. You'll probably see exchange sign-ups. You'll probably see this channel growing. You'll probably see the Google Trends go. You'll probably see more and more noise on X. And this is the real early sign of disbelief. Real FOMO will come after the consolidation, And people, as I say, will be convinced by their green candle, their convictions met. I'm doing the right thing. It's good. I should buy it. You know that's the wrong way around, but you get the idea. But we talk about the bottoms. We talk about FOMO. We talk about momentum. Look at the BTC version of Ethereum BTC. And as I've alluded to it, that is the indicator at the top. If you want it, it's in the free trial. You can get it. Link below. I'd like to see you there. Please do jump in. The reality is here, this has been on a horrible downtrend. It's finally went to the green side for the first time in a while. And this could be hopefully slingshotting higher. That could be a one ignition for alt season potentially. Likewise with other assets as well, below my head, so to speak. Things have been pretty ugly. Some things have been better than others. It just depends on what you're looking at. Reality is, people will probably get interested in altcoins because their USD value will be going up because Bitcoin's going up. Now, it goes without fucking saying, I want to say it. Take some money off the table. If you've bought the lows, if you've been here a while, if you're watching all the momentum and you're seeing all the flow, I'm happy for you. But please, guys, you've got to take something off the table. I'm looking to do that very, very soon because I've got a wedding to pay for. And I want to make some bloody, I want to not dip into my own pocket. Money's made here. Take it, right? You've got to take some partials somewhere. And for me, I've been in Bitcoin long enough. I'm happy. But rotation into altcoins could be around the corner. Get positioned. Understand taking profit off something that's ran, moving it into something else. That's absolutely fine. Have a plan. Just have an exit plan. Just look at the areas. This is the area where if you bought the lows, if you bought 15, 16, 17, 20k Bitcoin and you've taken a little bit, 10% off the table and go and reward yourself and buy yourself some new clobber, crack on and do it. 100% because you got to do it. You've got to set up for the long term as well and have some dry powder and understand to enjoy the market and live off the market with tangible products too will also help. I don't agree with the buy and hold forever bollocks because at the end of the day, if I did that, I wouldn't be full time. I wouldn't have this house I'm sitting in. I wouldn't have this company, all that kind of stuff, right? I just wouldn't be a thing because at the end of the day, the market is king. You don't need to sell everything, but you need to be future-proofing yourself because it could all go to zero in whatever day, especially if you're holding altcoins, just saying. So you got to try and look at this as a really positive outcome for you to do well. If you trade in the market like I do, trade the altcoins with a bit of leverage and enjoy it. And if you want to learn that, check out the links below to get in the trial so you can watch the lessons and you can understand the trading plans and get the playbooks, whatever, and understand how to do it. But people don't, they gamble and they lose all their money. Don't do that. If you are interested in trading though, if you jump on this exchange in our link, in our membership section, we do a trading competition every single month so you can win some money anyways, but they have a lot of things for spot as well, so it is pretty good. It's open to the UK as well if you're interested. And that's it, done. I've made mistakes chasing stupid things at the top. I've ignored rotation signs. You got to let experience do the job for you. You got to get used to it. You've got to plan ahead. And if FOMO is coming, you've got to be ahead of that. As daft as it sounds, extra liquidity will come out of nowhere. And you've got to buy into that. You've got to sell into that. Well, you've got to buy into the narrative of like using it, but then you've got to sell into it and go, oh, okay, cool, sweet. Because the thing with alt seasons or FOMO seasons, they don't last forever. They don't. They run away pretty quickly. And then all of a sudden it's too late. And you're like, oh, shit, I should have taken more off the table. I should have done this, whatever. Be mindful of that.